Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Is the volume not going up? Edit. Customization. Well, anywho's, what is up, ladies and gents? I'm Sonny in Las Vegas. I got some stuff I got to list online, and I figured I'd just hang out with myself or whoever pops in. I hope my volume's coming out because it's not showing on my end. Aloha, May A. Let me know if you could hear me. This is my first time actually going live on straight from YouTube. Usually I use live stream, but I got to delete some of the lives I had previously because it eats up all the orders. Jennifer, I was actually gonna message you and see if you weren't busy, but I felt you were busy. If you want to hang out, do some listing, get some working done. If so, I was still why I actually didn't send it is because I was like, is this YouTube thing like how do I send the link to somebody else if I want to invite them? So I'm not sure how that works. Hello, Mix. Amigo. Hey, I was talking about you today to Carrie. Called them up at the last second. I was like, hey, you want to go thrift? And we spent about an hour. Freaking Carrie ended up scoring some really good stuff. Happy for him. It was the first time going. So I'm going to call it like the rookie vibe. But I hope he's always that lucky as well as you all are. Um, and I was saying how you're kind of around the corner. We're on Durango and 215. If he'd want to stop by your garage. So and he was like, yeah, definitely. He wants to meet as much people. So if you're free tomorrow or next week, let me know and I'll bring Carrie by and maybe even Dawn. Dawn is his wife. Let me see. Where's my camera at? Because I got two cameras. Okay. It's actually my webcam. I'm looking off to this side because my thing's off over here. I'm going to do some listings today. Hey, yo, Jimmy. Got hustle, man. Uh, Ladies and gents, those who go live on YouTube, I know Mikey does. Mikey Bags of Money, my broski, one of my mini broskis. Are you able to send the link from YouTube to somebody else to invite them on, or is that only on third-party links? Sorry, I've been MIA, Angelo. No, Angelo, don't worry about it. I hope all is well. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you. Can we drive through Taco Bell? Can have guests on regular YouTube, unfortunately. Cool. Um, you could we could do like a getaway, not really a getaway. Um, get somebody on like IG and just have it like posted up right here. But the speakers would probably end up messing up. But I got some hats I'm gonna list, and I just wanted to kind of hang out. And I was like, you know what? Everybody knows just about who's been following me for a little bit of times is that I'm working on my watch hours. On top of that, I do and have been getting a lot of questions about whatnot. So it's open to other questions if there's any, or just hanging out amongst each other's. If you got questions and stuff like that. And Hustle Man Jonathan up in the live chat, him, Jimmy as well. I finally put together my video of when we went sourcing with Carrie when they visited down. Now he lives here. And Dave, NC Picker, and their wives, Dawn and was it Kayla? What's Dave's wife's name? I forget. Very nice lady though, both of them. Awesome, awesome group, good times. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on some listing on whatnot. Hang out. So excuse me if for moments I go quiet. I'm just no, not drinking tonight. I was feeling good last night. For those who missed it, I was singing. I was like giving deals out. I was singing, oh, I was sipping on a little something. But not tonight. Only because tomorrow, Carrie asked if I would want to go with him to the flea market, Broad Acres, which is the video I just dropped after about a month of them when it should have been out. So I want to make sure I get up in the morning, even though I wake up super early around 30 every 30 minutes or so. So, anyways, and I did see your comment, Elomex, mi amigo, about the michelada. And I was like, maybe we could go to the garage sale today, or not today, but sometime, and go and I'll buy you a michelada. And that sounded good when you said it too, when I read it on inside the yeah, Broad Acres. On the comments, I was like, man, the michelada sounds good right now. All right, folks, let me get some listings done. There are some things, I'm not going to go into details about stuff, but I'll just explain what I'm doing every now and then and just mingle as we always do. But I'm using my cell phone, and you don't have to create anything like spectacular. When people follow you, they bookmark it and they're interested in what you want. They will naturally follow you if you come on live, whether they bookmark it or not. If they got time, that's the way it works. As of right now, I've sold 178 items. Little by little, I'm kind of like testing things to see what works for me best. Some things aren't as best, but I wouldn't know that if I didn't just kind of like give a little here and there. And I do have quite a bit of stuff. If you didn't see my toys last night, I have some really good toys and some toys I could let go for a good price, and other things like t-shirts, hats, and so on. But I want to get up to that 1,000 listings on Whatnot, because that'll help you get immediate payouts, meaning somebody buys something, I'm pretty sure within seconds it refreshes and boom, that money is in your account for you to take and use. And Paul, the flipping sports guy, was on today, bought some stuff from him, as I do with other people, other resellers, friends that I come across, and those that are new to me. I support them. People support when they can with myself. And some of the stuff for right now, I'm able to snipe and resell on some stuff I have. So it all depends. I have five. I have five. I have a 5-star rating as of now with like only 37 reviews. So it's kind of like eBay, but a little bit more prompt than reviews. And it really doesn't matter back to the thumbnail or what you use. You could be creative all you want, but really it all comes down to what you have and what people are willing to offer and buying something. I kind of play around with this little slot machine that I have, being that I am Sunny Las Vegas and Vegas. I every once in a while I use this as a giveaway. I've been having it sit behind me for like 2 years. And if there's ever a jackpot, let me move my phone before I break my lens, even though there's a protective screen on it. Um, there's some change in here. There was change in there. And every once in a while, depending on how I feel, I'll make up a rule of like how we spend this. Either if somebody buys something, we get a chance to win. This is what I did with my Whatnot. You could be as creative as you want or not. You don't have to do this stuff to get people win. People are going to come in, they want it or not. So spin that down. And if somebody was to win a jackpot, when I announce it, when I feel like it, that's a giveaway for the entire group inside the live chat if they are following. So I did that a couple of times. And again, I'm like a parrot when it comes to this. Crystal Rosie's closet was inside the live chat the first time I did that, and she was winning like I think 3 times or 2 times back to back. And when it comes to Whatnot and doing giveaways, you as the seller pays for the shipping. So be mindful how heavy and large things are. Um, if you're also on a budget, not everything's about giving away money, for example, but it is kind of fun just to like be yourself. And that's one thing Carrie told me today, hanging out with them. He said, just continue to be yourself. You have fun. And everybody else who's been supportive has told me that like they just enjoy me. And Jennifer was in there last night, who's also on Whatnot. And several other resellers come and visit. More income, John. Thank you last night for all the support. He ordered like a large box, multiple items of stuff. And Jennifer gives me pointers, and I run with them because it helps. She's doing very well on that stuff. Let me see what's going on in here. We got Uncle Harry in the house. If I click on something, does it highlight the comment? No, it does not. What are we drinking tonight? Answered that one. I got to watch the video. Acres Abroad. Angelo doing great. Thanks. Tracy seems to be getting settled, starting construction on your new Waco style compound. Omar, the only reason why I go por la micheladas. Awesome, Tommy Bernhard. And then Tommy's replying. I'm glad to be seeing Tommy more and more often. I told him the other day, I was like, we need you back. And he was like, y'all don't need me. But we do. I miss Tommy. I miss Tracy. You know, it's like my norm. People get me going. It's not just the comments on my end. I love to visit people. I love to see them, be nosy of what's going on inside the live chat as well. So I'm just going on my app right now. Opened it up. Let me show you right here. If you're curious, you may be able to see it, may not. But when you open up the app, actually, let me start from the beginning, folks. And Kristen, the Rural Squirrel, asked me yesterday, like, there's not really much tutorials about Whatnot, how to do things. So you got to kind of figure it out on your own. And Misha before have asked me about an ASMR video, and when things stick in my head, it's like the wheels start turning, and I'm like, I could do this. And eventually, I feel comfortable about it. This was a little faster with Kristen's question, so she asked me to make some tutorials, and I said it's kind of hard when you do tutorials because you have to be precise, and with Whatnot, things change often, and because of that, I was like, well, you know what? How about we go live, and if there's questions, I could answer them then and there. So hopefully I catch it. If not, somebody needs to tell me like Jennifer did last night. Sonny, look at the table. You left some pogs out, and I was like, oh yeah, that was supposed to be inside that package. So thank you again, Jennifer. So I am going to my app. Whenever you do get it, it's a little yellow W with a black background. And I hope WhatNot, if they listen to me or other people, check up on what's going on with WhatNot, because I would, especially with the new platform. I hope that they make some shipping tape. I also hope that they fix to where the same things you could do on your phone, you could do on your computer. That's not entirely true. One thing I learned yesterday is that I had one thing at the buy now, there's little tabs inside here. When you see it yourself after a while and get familiar with it, that if you put in buy now, it only stays a buy now. But yesterday I was able to just hit the auction from that tab as well. So I ended up going over into the tab of the auction. So that was pretty cool. Whether it was a fluke or not, that worked for me yesterday. And there was some things Carrie was talking to me about today, some little tricks that you could do that you couldn't do at first about shipping and creating labels, sending it to your email. I was like, I don't know that part. I know about bulk drop off after I create my labels and packaging. I 50% of the time I'm forgetting to put my what is the listing labels or the manifest of what somebody bought inside the package, but I haven't had any complaints about that either. So I end up taping the box before I put the little manifesto thing of what the person bought, the invoice, I guess. But when I open up the app after I press the tab, let me see if I could, maybe if I lighten my screen. Okay, that's a little better. So when I open it up, I'm going to go to, where's my finger at? I'm going to go to the bottom corner. I'm going to my profile, and then there's a seller and a buyer option. I have 193 followers, following 45 people. I'm sunny Las Vegas as I am on my YouTube. And I'm going to click on seller, which is right next to it. And from here, if you've created any listings or shows, you click on it. And then right here on the side are going to be a plus sign, a store sign. And every time you add something, that number will refresh inside your store. So right now it's opened up. I mean, you can kind of see it. Like you could click on the photo. And the thing that's misleading about this to me, from what I see, it may just be an iPhone, maybe not on Android, but there's different options once the camera's open that even if you take other photos, it may just do the last photo. I I could select which one I want, but I don't see the point of having all these options if I can't see those multiple photos as a customer. So that's also good because being live, you could turn the object around and show them better than what you could say on eBay. Even though there's video, I haven't done a video. People have said it takes a while to do. So now I just have my camera open. I'm going to take a picture of my first photo, and I have like hundreds of these hats. So it's kind of like one of those things like I'm going to keep bringing up every time I go on Whatnot because I bought like, there's probably like 230 hats for like 60 bucks. I've already made hundreds of dollars off of a few hats. So everything else, even if it sells for a dollar, is profit. So right here, just simple hat, not a big hat, but people do buy them. People have been asking me for military hats. When I have them listed, they do buy them up. Not so much the Vietnam veteran or the Iraqi campaign, which I was a part of back in '06 and Operation Iraqi Freedom. It's two different ones. I was there for both of them. And then there was some stuff before that that I was not. So now inside my Whatnot, I just took one photo of the front. Top right corner is done. And then below it has some, it's too much glare, folks. Sorry. There's some options. You'll see it yourself, but it's pretty basic category, thrift and vintage. This is thrift and vintage. These things, it does matter a little bit because people look it up, but they can look up keywords too in their search engine of what they're looking for. I'm going to put thrift and contemporary. Then under it is a name as you would on eBay, like a description, title, or title, not description. And Vietnam veteran man's strap back. Now, when y'all list hats, I do want to ask, do y'all put men's hats for everything that you feel like's men's, or adult hats, or both, or do a keywords of men unisex, women hat, and then go into detail with the description, or does it matter depending on what you're doing? Are you trying to list real quick or just be in and out? I like to add details. I feel like it helps me, and it's what makes me comfortable. Adult in the description, I'm going to put new adult strap back. And I don't worry about Velcro and things like that. It's not like eBay, which I'm glad for it, but you don't need to put Velcro and that type of stuff. You can put snapback, but you show that anyways in your life. So after I put the description, very vague, very easy because I showed off anyways in the live. Quantity one, and that's one thing you got to be careful for. The quantity when you're putting it in whatnot, you could slide down right below it to shipping. I always put the weight of it. Right now, I have my scale and everything here, and it's saying it's like 3.1 ounces. So I'm gonna put 4 ounces. Always round up. One thing I'm curious about this is the weight, right? Is not considered with the packaging that you're gonna put it in, and that could be additional weight. And that's why I believe that's one of probably a handful of reasons why the shipping cost is gonna go up, I believe, as Monday. And right now, let me see. I edit item. I'm gonna go back into the edit item. Once I finished this login, I just put edit or done, and it popped up. I went to my little store back at the front, and it says that cannot update photos. It's kind of funny that you can update a photo. That's another thing I would like for it to be able to do, because who knows? It's just one photo, but still. Other than that, you could change the name, you could change the description, and I'm going to put cancel. I don't need to confirm it anyways because it's the same thing. I didn't change nothing. And now you can't see it because it's too small, but the bottom right hand corner, if you click on it, the little store, you'll see your listings, and I have a number on the top of what it is. One thing I do like about Whatnot, their search engine is really good to where you can go to your listings and put like Vietnam or something in the beginning, but some things work better than others. Some things you have to scroll down and look for it. So I see people with 100, 200, things like that. And I tried two of my auctions to where I didn't list the title. I just put, say, um, number one hat, right? The pound sign hashtag one for the number one hat, or just hat. And let's just say hat, right? I hit hat and then I put the quantity at 50, and then I'll number it off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 50. But what I've learned from that, and this is one of the things Jennifer Multiverse told me too, was that people like to see things, right? We're visual, most of us. Some people are okay with it. But I started off showing photos and pictures. And the two times that I did it, I changed it up just to see how it's going to work. Those auctions did not do anywhere as near as good as my two prior ones to that. So I'm going back to what was working better. I do very well, in my opinion, better off of selling hats and t-shirts. And if you haven't already been on Whatnot, I would say go look at Whatnot. Just hang out with some of the live chats, preferably people that you already follow, just to see what they're doing, people that you're comfortable with, see people that you could joke with as well. It's a really fun experience. And you can learn a lot from it, just being a little like chilling as you are here. You could do the same thing on Whatnot, and you could follow it on a computer too. You don't need to be on your phone as much as I am. Let me see if there's any comments because I got one listed after all this. Uh, just I know it comes from Tracy Brain and the Beauty. Probably that some test runs, some changes. Tracy's move. Blanket. Hello, everyone. Got Ella in the house. I choose gender only when the hats is fitted. Unisex is what I put. Jennifer, I was cracking up today, ladies and gents. It wasn't alcohol either. I only had like 2 drinks last night, but I was trying to describe the pogs that I had sold as I was presenting them in the live, and I kept saying cardboard rather than cardboard. And no matter how hard I tried to say cardboard, it kept coming off as cardboard. And the whole time I'm like, Krillin, get out of my head, man. But it was pretty funny. I woke up just laughing at myself. So you think any faster that a Poshmark listing really? From what I remember with Parchmark, I don't think it's any faster. Like there's some things it's smooth. It's not a lot to do, but I haven't tried listing on my phone yet. Even though I mean on my computer, I think I can, but I'm just super comfortable on my phone. Still trying to find the free software to combine front and back T-shirts to the same pick. Angelo, is there another comment to that? Anybody wear baseball style caps so I don't specify? Don't know why, but soccer moms will ponytail pull through the back of the baseball caps. It's hot. Free software to buy front and back t-shirts in the same pick. Front and back t-shirts in the same pick. Maybe Instagram layout, or you could probably do Canva. Canva is a free app. You could pay for some of the things on there, but I don't. And I do use Canva like my thumbnail. The photo that I had, I used Photo Room, which I already paid for. Threw it inside there, knocked out the background, dragged it over into Canva, and then clicked on it for it to go inside the thumbnail. And then you're able to size it up or downsize it and change the background. It's pretty cool thing. I use Photo Room for a lot of stuff. I intertwine everything. I do believe that you have to maximize whatever things you have to the best of its capabilities. Like smartphones, it's not smart if you're not smart. But everybody who's here and not here is smart in my book. One hat down out of 30, and we are 21 minutes in. I am the fastest worker in the world, folks. Got a little lint on this hat. Picked this up for 50 cents. Cashman equipment. Didn't see that before. But for 50 cents, this cat hat is going to get listed really quick. I got a lint roller because I'm not a lint licker. But I did have somebody in a live chat, 2 live chats ago, saying, hey, I'm only in here for the things that smell really bad. And I was like, what? Oh, actually, no, I didn't pay 50 cents. I paid 99 cents. I'm confusing it with another hat, the Bass Pro hat that I sold. I got it at a garage sale. Who the family ended up following me on YouTube. They're asking me, like, are you a reseller? Like, yeah. And the mom was like, why do you resell? I was like, well, I got in trouble with the law. I'm an ex-con. Stripping wasn't working. Sometimes when you rub yourself against other men, like, and you shave, you become really prickly. It's like throwing those felt balls at the Velcro padding. Like, you just get stuck. And then you're stuck on them if they're bigger than you. As much faster than a Poshmark listing. All of the matters, one photo, quick basic title, copy and paste description, condition, shown live, click 2 boxes, bada bing, bada done. And that's true. It's just explaining it takes a while to do. So you are saying Sonny is slow, Jen. I am very slow. I tell people that all the time. But if I could be the successful person that I am today and will be in the future as I imagine myself and know I will be, you all should be ahead of the game compared to me. So nice little hat. Throw this up in the auction tomorrow. So that's another thing. I do got the links down in the description if you're interested to hang out, maybe even buy some stuff. And make sure to follow it. There is a referral link. It's the same thing. You click on it. You make an account. Buy your first item. You get $10, I believe, and I get $10. That's the incentive for it. And if you're a reseller using the same link, I believe I get $200. And then that same thing will happen for you if you become a reseller and share it, so on and so forth. Just like that scam type thing, but not a scam. And I don't think this referral is going to last too long, folks. So I will take advantage of it, even just to create an account, just in case. Just in case. Let me get this one done. What I'm doing is going to click that little button. I'm not going to go through everything again. Quick scan. Now with the quick scan, what I was saying, to add more of what I was saying, you could click add, right? And then it'll give you the option, 3 little tabs on top, auction, buy now, or giveaway. So I'm an auction. Take a photo. Bam. Butter. Vintage and thrift. Contemporary is the same as before. Men's hat. Whoa. Sometimes, like I'm doing right now, when I'm trying to scroll up, it's hitting the boxes for the options and then it changes that stuff. So that happens to me quite often with the quantity and the weight of the item. Like I had a live show. I think it was yesterday. Alcohol probably still kicking in, even though I said I was not tipsy. It was only 2 drinks, but they're probably 2 strong drinks. And after surgery and not drinking for a week, I guess it hit me. My tolerance is pretty low. But I had 50 items that I had listed, and I realized that it's not that I wanted it in the auction. I wanted it in the buy now, I believe, or vice versa. And you can't bulk delete items. I had to individually go one by one, and I ended up using my phone for that. So I did that in 3 minutes, but it's one of those things where you just want to be calm, relax, and dive into it. And I was there just like, oh man, but I was able to knock it out. But it's not like you need to be in a rush. Some people are okay with you not being on time. It's one of those things. Hawaiian time. Get some notes cap. Majority of the stuff I have one. Sometimes I have two. And this one is 3 ounces. Quantity is one. And like I said, the category changed because I was messing with my finger, got blocked in here. And again, and the shipping amount changed because my finger rubbed and then it catches something else. All right, 3 ounces. I mean, it's a little smoother than that, but I think y'all got me all nervous. Exactly, Tommy, for the eBay. I think it sucks for eBay, Angelo, but because 60% plus use mobile and the screen is so small, they will scroll right by. Just use the best hit, front, back. Dawn's channel. Hello, Dawn. I thought you meant WhatNot sometimes. I don't. What kind of experimenting, Tommy? I just said 1K sales. Oh, congratulations, gents. Everybody congratulate gents. Jennifer is awesome, amazing person. And I'm not just saying that because she buys stuff from me and is super supportive. I'm saying that because she's an amazing person. All right, I got 2 items down. This one. Put those over there. Corvette hat. Brand new condition. Strap back. Fit most adults. 3 ounces. Boom. Hat down. I see people ask Cernock. Cernock is killing it. Chris, aka Tank, on WhatNot. And in the beginning of me seeing like other resellers on WhatNot, people asking customers, not so much resellers, but customers asking for particular items. Say if everything that you're listing and somebody says, hey, you have any sports stuff? And you're like, yeah, you want to sell stuff. And you end up throwing up a sports item. And people are like, I don't want sports item. And you put it at $1, hoping, crossing your fingers and your legs that other people are going to be interested. And I'm seeing for me more than anything when that happens for to pull a particular item that if somebody's interested and you know it's worth a certain amount, do not put it at the $1. I'm able to afford some things to start at $1 because I'm looking at it as building up my customer base. But there's some things if you don't want to do that, don't do it. Do what you could afford to do. Hey, Lizette. Philly Flipper. Also, hello everybody. What's up, Paul? Tommy, I didn't even show my face. I only had to show one boob. Oh, and a foot. Boom, 1K. Hold on, folks. Hold. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Y'all don't want to see my Frodo feed either. All right, that cap is done. Got the Super Bowl Los Angeles hat right here. I actually bought that from another reseller. Can't remember who, but I could tell you how much stuff I bought on as a buyer. As a buyer, orders, I think it gives me a number. No, it hasn't. I thought it did. Before it showed me a number like how much things I bought in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 items so far. And actually, I got this from Carrie. I think I got this for $1. If I click on it, it doesn't tell me how much I paid for it, but I think it was $1. Use both. I bought a lot, like 80 clothes from Jen's boys on WhatNot yesterday. Nice. What's up, amigo? ¿Qué ondas? Krillin? Darlene. Hello, Darlene. Let me add another item. Go back to my seller. Quick add. Contemporary. Super Bowl. One. 3 ounces. Another thing about WhatNot is you could get into some of these things where I'm plugging in numbers or even in the live chats. Sometimes it'll end up saving my previous comments to where when I'm typing, the previous comment doesn't delete. So I have to like highlight everything and get rid of it. Or sometimes it actually just works out to where it's refreshed itself. Little bugs, but nothing crazy. 3 ounces. And there you go. And confirm. And it's not just ounces, it's just a lot of my stuff here is light, so I use ounces. Could do pounds as well. And just like I said, sometimes the number messes up, and for some reason it showed 6, and I was like, okay, I know I don't know how to count that good, but I checked it anyways, and I must have overlooked something to where I have 6 of the hat that I just put, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And you would think maybe you could just swipe it left, it will delete it. You have to click on it, delete product, delete item. Okay, there it goes. Changed up a little bit. At first, when I clicked on it, it was asking me if I want to change anything in the description. And the second one I picked, it just had the option to delete rather than opening up the other side. And then now it just refreshed to where there's one, and I only deleted 2. So it's a little funny at times, which is a good thing about the options or auction is that people can't buy it straight out. I don't believe. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can't. With the buy it now, that would be different. If you accidentally put multiple items, people are buying it up, and you only have one. So, and what's good about that, the people on WhatNot are very lenient, customers and sellers, to where if they mess up, they find a flaw, they're like, hey guys, hold on, ladies and gents, don't buy this. Let me change the price if you're still interested in this item, even though it has like a puka under, say, the kili kili, a little hole on the armpit. People are like, hey, I'll go for it, just throw it up. And other people may be like, shit, I'll take it. So it's not as hard as it is like eBay, where some people are just stricklers and trying to find flaws. But although I say that eBay is not bad, it's just very few people. It's just when things are said, everybody's head starts thinking about, oh my God, that's everywhere. It is and it isn't. It's just, I think it stands out more to us than anything because we're resellers. Vintage thrift. This one I ended up getting from OBX for $1. eBay Sports or eBay Motors Auto Trader, and I hear a lot of the stuff on the radio more than anything. So it was pretty cool to see something like that, something a little different. eBay Motors, and just because I list this doesn't mean it's gonna sell, and just because I'm Mr. Popular, not doesn't mean people are gonna buy it. It doesn't work that way. It's really if people want it, they're going to get it. I haven't had any returns. Doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It's bound to happen eventually. It's inevitable, but it is. It's all right. It's not going to hurt me. It's not going to kill me either. Description. Dolphins most. It's a strap bag. Yeah. Quantity 1, 3. Boom. And it only takes a few seconds. Some of these hats, Jen's. When I think of these hats, I think of Jennifer because she had bought some Western hats that I got. Really cool hats. I like the way the crown is more of like a blocky on the top, and those hats that Jennifer got, I hope they fit her well. They're pretty hats, like amazing hats. I really didn't want to sell them, but I got to make some mulas. Hats like this too do very well. Like little things you think wouldn't sell. Things that you think people are gonna go for, don't go for. So it's kind of funny with the way Whatnot is. So I'm it's opened me up to just relax and be like, if somebody buys it, cool. If somebody doesn't, because my kind of cool may not be your kind of cool. It's different definitions on what we talk about. Durango. One mount. This one weighs 4 ounces, one of the heaviest ones so far. And this was also part of that lot that I bought several hundred hats for $60. So goes for it. Not that I want things to go for $1, but I'm already in the profits. Ended up getting this hat right here. I should have got the other one too, for $2.50. And how do you feel about that when it comes to showcasing your stuff? And then say, as I'm doing, kind of being a small ambassador promoting whatnot. And I do have the link down in the description to say what I'm buying it for, and you knowing it, like, do you not want to hear that? Do you prefer as a reseller to another reseller not to share that information or not? But I'm just telling you what I got it for. Alabama 2011 football national champions. Do you think when I'm saying about the pricing, sharing what I bought it for, does it hinder it being sold for possibly more? It's too much information. Too much information. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Alabama. Weighs 4 ounces. Seven hats. I got like two of these left, maybe one left after this one. Baltimore Orioles, Major League uh, visor. Strap back. Yeah. And done. What's up, Pavelina Annie? Roman, Sonny is much more entertaining watching you listing hats than Guy Fieri going around eating stuff all over the United States. Alabama Slammer. Mm. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Jen said not drinking today, and since then, I'm like, I got that itch. PG-13 level. Yeah. That's it. I enrolled in elementary school for next year to learn alphabet again. Hey, Roman, thank you. Crazy. This is a hat too that you can't tell, but it's like a little sunburn on top. Um, it is brand new, but now it's considered like used. People have been buying these up too. It's sold for a few bucks. Not expensive hats. Not nothing I get butthurt about for a few bucks. And I just gotta say, thank goodness for auto correcting. So you type in a few words if you don't know how to spell, because it helps so much. When my little sausage fingers aren't just hitting everything. Three ounces. I'm out of here, dude. I just listed two FG Fallen Ravens clothing pieces, and one sold in 15 minutes. The other already has a watcher with one eye or two eyes. Question and an offer. Gee. How much stuff y'all get listed today, folks? Any listings? Any good finds and buys? I came across some good stuff yesterday at the bins. The day before, Crystal was like, in the live chat, my other auction, she said her and her husband were going to go to the bins. And I was like, I want to go. I want to meet Angel. I'm glad I did. Really cool, fun guy. I'm hope to see more of them. And I ended up finding a Louis Vuitton uniform shirt, as in like an employee shirt. I didn't know if it was legit, but the quality felt really good. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put it in a cart, hold on to it for a moment. We shared the cart until somebody left one behind and we snagged it up and split our own ways. But after I was done, I ended up going to the back corner where the only internet part I could get, it was like a 1 by 1 foot cubicle square. So I had to tuck in my belly and put my phone right under my second chin. And I was able to see that they sell for around $150 to $175. Gee! Definitely an awesome poster. What poster? This poster? Got that one at Savers for a few bucks, if that's what you're talking about. Got another hat. This is of one of my own, of my failed clothing brand that I had. And the only reason why it failed, folks, is because our place got robbed. And speaking of place got robbed of that old place, I ended up going there today. And a little story about this, which we all like stories. So at this Summerlin luxury apartment gated community, sounds really nice and fancy. That's just another thing to outprice you on. We end up moving in at nighttime, right? Like people recommended, don't move in during the day because people get to see what you have. We did that. Well, unfortunately, there's light bulbs in the driveway. So as I'm carrying my stuff to the house, I remember this teenager kind of looking back and staring down at the stuff. And I didn't say nothing. I was just like, what's up? What's up, neighbor? Next day, we wake up like at 7 in the morning before COVID, way before COVID, when everything was like 24/7 here, besides the casinos. We go to Walmart, go get some hangers because we're going to start unboxing stuff. We slept on the floor. And when we got to the house, I put my shoulder on the door and the door just went open. And I was just like, I know we locked this door. Right. So it opens up. As my vision is getting better, I see that there's splinters inside the doorway. And I just yell, Carla, stay there. I drop the bags and I'm like, you know what? If somebody's still in here, I'm not going to creep up and go slow. I'm just going to rush the room. So I just rushed the rooms and nobody was there. So we ended up calling the cops. The cops ended up showing up like 8 hours later. And funny thing is, we ended up, well, the stuff that got stolen, uh, some stuff could be replaceable, stuff couldn't. And that place was one thing that reminded me of another thing that happened like a few days later at that corner. There's a gas station. I used my card. And as I put in my USAA card, USA called me on the phone and said, hey, are you in Hollywood right now? And the reason why I thought they were asking me, I didn't know what the streets were. I was like, well, we just moved here from Hawaii. Maybe they're saying that I'm not where I used to be as I was before. So I said, no, I'm actually over here in Las Vegas. And I was like, why? It's okay. I'm using my card. They're like, no, we're getting hits on your card that you're in Las Vegas or that you're in Hollywood. And it's already up to like $1,700 of $1 transactions after a few seconds, which was really fast. I swear to you, like my card went in, USA is calling. Really good. And somebody ended up scamming me. So that same store, same area, I go in today because I'm going to go buy some hats from somebody that I saw an offer up. Two or three vintage hats, a vintage North Face hat. Wasn't the one I was really caring about. The two polo corduroy hats are the ones that I was wanting because I think I could sell them each for $100. The guy wanted $50 for all three. I said, would you take 30? He said, sure, but you got to come pick them up. So it was fine because it was close to the Goodwill store near the place that I live, but I had to get cash. So I go to the same store that I had issues with. And something vibe is telling me like, how do I recognize this place? I put my card inside the ATM machine. I hear the click where it locks it in and the screen blinks and then it says insert card. So I'm trying to grab my card and pull it back, but it's not unlocking. So I was there for like 15, 20 minutes. Me and the worker that was there was trying to help me out. And then a guy from Offers Up was like, hey, are you gonna come or not? Because I'm gonna leave. And I'm like, hey, my card's actually stuck inside his ATM card. So the guy ended up being very patient. His wife was at the dentist anyways, but it's just one of those things, which is the way I am. If you say you're gonna be here at a certain time, I like to be there at a certain time. But from what I'm learning after 13 years of marriage, our anniversary was May 3rd, is that with the love of my life, is that I could be on time, but there are obstacles in life and life happens to where they hold you back a little bit, and you're not on time, but it doesn't matter. It's just, I guess that's the military side of me. But let me list this stuff. But he ends up asking me questions about, he saw my hat, the white one that I have, and he was like, hey, that's a vintage hat. Where'd you get that hat? And I was like, actually, this is my hat that I printed on. He was like, oh, so we started talking about WhatNot and things like that. So we'll see if he hits me up on Instagram. He has me on offer up. So I'm surprised even him as a reseller would sell those hats, but some people gotta sell stuff for whatever reason, gotta pay the bills, got goals to upkeep. And one thing I've been selling too quite a bit of are going to be stickers and buttons. I do giveaways of my own buttons, and I started listing them now to sell. But I do giveaways on them. And I did say doo doo right there. I hate that I'm doing that a lot lately. Not doing that, but saying it. Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Jennifer in the house. Michelle's in the house. I am on YouTube right now, so I'm unable to highlight any comments. This is my first time on it, or actually, that's a lie. My second time on it. was a while back. I was on and I was like, yes, I'm live. This is cool. And then it just shut me down and I could not go back on YouTube for about a week. And I ended up getting a warning saying, hey, you don't even have 1,000 subs, you know. And I think that was the thing. I think it didn't realize it with all the people on YouTube that it took a second to figure out like, hey, this buffoon over here, this newbie, isn't allowed on here. Got Robert in the house. What's up, Lobster? Doing the doo doo. Lobster. Lobster. All right, let me put this hat. This is not a bitch hat because this is one I had from my failed brands. What the only failed brand that I have, but I'm adding a twist to um a twist of adding my touch to things. As I've been saying for the longest time, I want to start branding myself more. BKDS, BA Kids. This one is 4 ounces. After you guys said lobster, I have to go eat some seafood. I've been missing out on in my life on seafood, especially crab legs, blue crab, soft shell crab, especially fried. Um, because I didn't think it was like a big deal, especially steak. I was always like steak, schmake, you know, flank steak, like it's all the same. It's just seasoning. And then one day I'm like, let me try. Out of all places, it was Cheesecake Factory, and I was like, I'll get the filet mignon. I had two orders come in. Wait, is there any tax? What's the Nevada tax? And okay, is less than what eBay's fees are. Let me. I could afford the filet mignon. Please no water if you're charging me for it. I'll drink tap water. So I was able to afford the filet mignon, and my first bite into it, I was like, wait a minute. So ever since then, I started opening up to other steaks. And oh man, oh man, I've been missing out all my life. 10 hats in, folks. Next, I got a hat that seems vintage, but I don't think it is vintage. I do like the style of this. This is going to be a local business company that's been around for a long, long time. Wilson Himes Enterprise Inc. And these are the type of hats. If you follow Cernock, like he comes across a crazy amount of hats. I know other people do, but he is killing it with hats and t-shirts. But I like this hat. It has a really nice, cool, like almost neon, subtle pop of green, and it has a unique little thing right here. I don't think this is vintage because this style of latch right here, I think is more of a newer thing. But it's pretty cool. I like this. I got this for free at a garage sale, so I'm gonna try tomorrow. And I did get a steamer. Another thing about a steamer, folks, is it is not easy to steam up some hats. Like you can, but I think I need to start investing in a little bit of starch. And when I think of starch, I remember back in the 80s and 90s when I started starching my own clothes and I had to see that it flaked up and turned white, and God forbid it rained or there was a puddle, because then it was going to look like I had an accident. So now that people are using hairspray on hats to have a stiffness and a good shape, I think I need to give in. I'm just one of the types of peeps that I don't give in on stuff. And after a while, I was like, come on, Sonny Bono, Sonny Las Vegas. You need to just not be against the grain so much. So this hat, I'll try to, if I remember in time, tomorrow evening, because I do plan on going out tomorrow with Carrie and Dawn to Broad Acres to the swap meet, as what we call back home, the Pulia. All I do with hats, I put fits most adults in the description. I don't think this is vintage, but vintage and thrift are gives you an option in a subcategory, and I selected rather than vintage. It being by itself, I selected thrift and contemporary. It's one together. Just got one fairly light hat, three. Oh, but back to the steamer. I do recommend folks that you invest in a good steamer. The one that I got, what's up, Glenn? How's it going? The one that I got, the steam comes out and it's really good, but then after like a minute or two, I got to refill it up. I got to take off the top and then let it warm up again, and then the steam comes out. So I would invest on something that kind of holds or is better to steam longer. I'm going to show that. Cochina. Jen, I'm just troubled today. I need to go to sleep. So sunny. What's going on? What did I miss about Annie? Annie, are you okay? Love of my life is in care facility and it's heartbreaking. Prayers to you and in the love of your life, Annie. I was just in the hospital yesterday. Not yesterday, Tuesday. So I'm still recovering from surgery. Pinche away. This pinche away doesn't have one subs. At the time I didn't. I do now. Not 100,000, just 1,000. You know, I thought about that too, Angelo. After I got it, it's like, wait, I could just use a cloth and do the same thing. But sometimes you just see people have stuff and you're like, yeah, I need that too. It's gonna help me. It's gonna be the answer to all this stuff. And it ends up being that you gotta put in work to make work to have it work. So, little polo hat I got right here. Been doing very good with these polo hats. And I think a lot of my sales for hats on eBay slowed down because of this new platform. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to list my bigger stuff, bigger valuable stuff, and wait on it on eBay. I am kind of changing up the way I do it on eBay. Now, this hat isn't the one I'm talking about. That's actually in the garage. The two vintage corduroy hats. But this one, I'm going to go to put it in tomorrow, put it in auction. I believe this is green. How much does this weigh? 3.1 ounces. So put it up to 4. Boom. This is a hat I got from Ben Thrift and Flip. I'm not sure if he had a live today. He was kind of getting some stuff situated. I wish you may be able to, but I may not have figured it out yet, or I haven't figured it out yet. But I would like to just get into WhatNot to see like a view of what's actually within the frame to just get ready for some stuff, because I don't do it. It's nothing big, but it's just one of those things that pops in my head and gets sorted out. It's gonna be this vintage employee big boy forever hat. There's a few of them out there. It has like lightly pre-owned, like used, but really cool hat. Got this from him for a pretty good price, and I think I could flip it back on the site for more. I want to see some. No, I don't want to open up another window. And I got my hat right here. And I'm gonna put it next to this guy. Big boy forever. It's a little wrinkly though. I need to steam it up. Maybe I'll save it for later. Look at that. I'm just the newer version of the big boy. I'll save that for later. I need to get that little wrinkle out. Scrap bag. Yeah. 13 items, folks. So I got this hat. It's like a adult small vintage Congo like fleece hat. I ended up hand washing this because there was some gunk in here, and it was as simple as just using some dishwashing liquid, a little bit with some water, scrub the inside. But it doesn't mean it makes everything nice and black. But this is pretty cool hat. There was another one that came with it that I didn't know it was Congo either until the back. Like it has this silhouette, half Congo hat. So I like on the inside. Let's see how this goes. I've been meaning to list it. I just been skipping over it. I have a lot of hats. And one thing I don't do is list everything I possibly have. I just don't. I just do a certain amount, get some money ins on top of eBay money, sales, offer up sales, and I might open up to Facebook Marketplace soon, depending on what I come across. I just thrift. Pretty sure this is a small. Don't do that. Hey, when I put my phone down, it does that small, medium. So just now, I guess because I had the app open for a while or something, every once in a while, I end up getting to where I can't put the weight of the item. So I either have to get out of it or keep scrolling up and down. But as I've mentioned earlier, like sometimes your finger hits a spot where it changes the information or removes the information, and you're thinking you're putting numbers in the right place, and then you end up listing like 100 items. That again, you can't bulk delete items. You have to select them one by one and delete them. Item number 14. These are some hats I'm curious about. I ended up getting these. Well, this one's a newer one. I ended up getting for $2.50 at Savers, which is I'm surprised because the other hats are like $5, and I do very well with rodeo type stuff. National Finals Rodeo. This one's Wrangler. They're usually Las Vegas, 2017, and even the older ones sell very good. I ended up buying around 24 items, mix professional PERCA, Professional Rodeo Cowboy Association. I think that's what it stands for. NFR championships, different types of years. This one's 2018. Sold a jacket. Well, for this whole lot on Facebook Marketplace, I paid like $160. One of the jackets alone was sold for $250. But it was a little process because when I got home, I didn't smell what I smelled until then. Smoke, cigarette smoke, nothing against it, but I didn't smell it at first, and my brother-in-law didn't catch it. But when I pulled it out the truck, like it hit hard. So I had to end up buying some odor eater type deodorizer to eliminate the odor. off of Amazon, and it helped on a lot of things. And then what I didn't want to happen was I have, say, new with tag items, right? They're in great condition, but they smell like cigarettes. So stuff I had to wash, and I just said a description saying that these are brand new. I had to wash them and that they smell like cigarettes. And if they did, if I was able to get rid of them or if the smoking away, I left it alone. And I even asked my wife to help me on this. I tried the method with this other jacket of putting it in the fridge for like 24 hours. It ended up being like 72 hours, and I could not get rid of it. So I left it out. And after letting it out for several weeks, the smell kind of went away on his own. Out in the garage, I made sure to always have the garage door open when I was in there throughout the day as I'm listing stuff, to just have natural air come in, so that way it doesn't end up affecting other items. But usually everything inside my garage with apparel, I have it inside the clear sleep black bags, and that helps. So they end up selling anyways, majority of the stuff, even though they smell like cigarettes. And I did put that in the description, and I didn't get any bad feedback. I got nothing but positive feedback from those cells. What's up, Anthony? Bluegrass picker in the house, folks. Sonny, I was going to mention this to you when you came on my live, but since that didn't happen, I'll tell you here. Do you have a dishwasher? Yes, I do. And no, I do not use it. I'm just Fred Flintstone that way. But Lizette, I have thought about that, and I've mentioned that before in lives, that I feel bad that it's been twice that I pretty much skipped out on it. Not intentionally. One, the family was like, "Hey, let's get together." We did, had a great time, and then the second time was, I got the days confused, to tell you the truth. Um, I do need a scheduler. I talked about that the other day. I have one, but me and being organized and remembering where stuffs are that isn't inventory, have no idea where it's at. So I got my days confused. And then Lizette, being the sweetheart that she is, she was like, "Hey, let's postpone the live again." Because she didn't want me feeling peer pressured for the surgery that I went into, following up 2 days after, on Tuesday, or the day after. I can't remember now, but I still want that to happen. We could have it on your channel, could have it on Instagram, and I more than welcome you to come on my live with me and Jimmy. And with that, with me and Jimmy, this next show, I believe if Ken SSK promo is still gonna do it, Ken and Jimmy, of course, is going to be on. Awesome co-hosts who's also have their own clickbait podcast. We'll talk about that, hang out, and then 2 Thursdays, or the following live show, is going to be Crystal, Rosie's Closet. I believe that's her grandma's name or store, or both, and her husband, who is a new reseller. And I think that would be interesting to get somebody who's new, who's in a relationship, and what they're doing to get ready to grow. And I think that's a pretty awesome combination. Whether you could do it with somebody or do it by yourself, the opportunity just to resell and make some money on the side goes a long way. Pokemon cards, you say? Who said Pokemon cards? Anthony, missing your Saturday shows. Yeah. Jennifer needs to swing by for my Pokemon cards. Okay, there it is. Yeah, Glenn, my eBay store took off right when my season started. Something had to give. I appreciate you, Glenn. And I appreciate you too, Glenn. Very supportive and always have been. You are a busy man too. No worries, friends. I would rather my friends have cheap and free time. Take a while to build. Slow progress is better than no progress. Phoenix Flipper, my neighbor state reselling friend Matt. How you doing, friend? Just talking to Buddha Chatter, listing stuff on WhatNot, mainly all hats. Um, but yeah, I did some pretty good sales on these hats, and these are kind of the ones that are sitting around. I do got quite a bit of watchers, but again, with WhatNot, you could find better deals. Things that are better price will lure you away from things that you wanted before. When you see things, it's like nobody knows what they want in a way until they see it and they're like, "I want that." So it's kind of one of those things, and it's a lot faster. One thing I mentioned this, I think, to Crystal, Rosie's Closet, since I was talking about her, is that I wish when you went, say, on eBay and clicked on an item, that it brought that item up to your storefront. Because I never really run into, even as a customer, I bought hundreds of stuff on eBay that, it just goes to that item. I wish it would be like that website store where it's like you click on that item and it's your eBay header, your profile, and things under it, your other items all in one, and then it'll be like, you still want this? Of course you do, you click on that, but maybe also that'll lure you away from what you originally wanted and distract you. And maybe that's why now that I'm saying it, if you see more options, maybe you just, what, this is too much I'm thinking about, I'm going to go somewhere else. Maybe that's why. Maybe I answered my own question and reasoned why. But that's why I like to talk, speak what's on my mind. NFR 2018 Patina Red. Las Vegas. Oh, 60th year. That weighs 4 ounces. Get this other one. So, a suggestion about the hats. I watched the video a few years ago, forgot where, but if you put like colored hats on the top rack and run it, they come out great. Huh. I'm still learning a lot about hats. Like I know more or less what works for me, what to get, what not to get, but I need to learn how to clean hats, how to be more presentable in a live stream. I do and will work on a banner for my background. I do have a pegboard, and I like what Cernok had, Chris, aka Tank. He bought the little hooks for the pegboard, and I'm gonna get one. And now I'm like regretting giving the second pegboard I had. I got two of them for like $15 on offer up a while back, and I just saved them. I had a feeling I'll use it one day, and a friend said, "Hey man, I wish I had a pegboard." And I was like, "I got a pegboard. Like, how big do you need it?" Because mine was pretty big, and I could have probably sold it for like $60, but I gave it to him. And then he ended up hooking me up recently. That was probably like a year or two ago. He ended up hooking me up with some free stuff because he was moving to a different house or moving out of his friend's house or something, which is funny because he owns two like quadruplexes, however you say it. Like, yeah, and he's staying with the friends. So I don't know. But he was like, "Hey, come and get this stuff." I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah, take it." And then there's some items in there that several of them, each of them are like worth 100 plus. I ended up selling a iPod that he donated to me within a few hours, 160 gig Apple iPod, and it's sold. I'll tell you right now. Tell you right now how much it sold for. $111. Again, it was free. Anthony, do you send those priority or do you still ship first class? Same gen. working on shipping and sold a car, $250. I always make me nervous when packing those things themselves. It's in layers upon layers of packaging. And with that stuff, Jens, was that on eBay that you sold it on? And do you say it's light, right? This is one of the things I do when I ship items that are first class and super light. I do send it first class if that's what they selected. But if it's something that I pay like $1 for and it sells for 100 and something, I end up investing like another, say $3.30 on top of the shipping costs to cover the cost if something was to happen, to fully insure it and still send it first class with insurance. And that's one of the things before I used to say what people say, you don't get insured on first class. You don't, it doesn't come with it, but you could buy additional protection with that. It's at the bottom of the eBay screen. And you could also charge pay to get it assigned for. Either way, Sonny, things happen. I don't stress about that stuff, and I appreciate you, Lizette. I know I sense you don't, and you even still checked up on me to see how I was doing after, and I'm still recovering. It's a lot better. I'm able to walk around a little smoother, and that's good. But the first day, funny thing, let me tell you about this. My wife told me because I was curious. I was like, please don't say nothing stupid, like because they had to put me under. And as I was going to get my fix, my little right. I don't do that, but for this was medical to go under surgery, be put down for a moment. I remember the nurse saying, or the lady saying, so Sonny, what kind of drinks do you like? And I was like, well, I like tomatoes, everything and in between. And I was like, I really feel for like Tito's right now and a squeak. So with the squirt, she was like, squirt and Tito's. And I was like, yeah, I was like, I like it. When we go to casino, me and my friends, we get Stolies and soda. And she was like, I haven't had Stolies in a while. And ever since Tito came out, I feel like they kind of, took them out of commission where she goes to. And as she's talking, I'm like, I look up and I'm laying on my back at this time, and all of a sudden everything was like woo, and I was like, oh, I feel it, and that's all I remember. And I remember like I feel like my head fell to the right really slow, and then I was back in the room that I was before, not inside the surgery room. And my wife's just laughing at me. I was like, "What? Did I say something stupid?" She was like, "Yeah, I ended up stepping out because she had to go to the guest room to use the phone." And she went back inside the waiting uh not surgery room, but it was a medical room that we both started in. And she said when she came back that the doctor was like doing something to my arm or taking something off. And then I was like, oh, don't touch me there, that's my tickle spot. And my wife was like, oh my god, like Sonny, like stop it. She was like, you're being flirtatious. I was like, babe, I would not do that. Like I know you would kill me. She was like, no, you were being flirtatious. I was like, it wasn't me, it was the drugs. So I thought that was pretty funny. That's my tickle spot. Like, man, I was like, they just they just went into my midsection to do surgery, and I'm thinking that's probably what I was talking about. Like, I just started coming to, getting out of drugs. I'm like, oh, you know, in my head, it was like, I know you're gonna touch my goodies, my little roly polies, but it's like that particular spot was my tickle spot. I thought that was like the funniest thing in the world. Let me get another things listed, folks. See what happens. See what happens whether I'm tipsy or not. Where's my Where's my roller? My lint liquor roller. This is a hat I got at the thrift as well. It's a hat I'm very familiar with. There's a little smudge on there, but I'm pretty sure using my own T-shirt, it'll rub out. Snapback RL Red Label, really good streetwear brand out in Oahu, Hawaii. I'm gonna say they probably started around, when did I move here? 2015. They probably started around 2013. Sonny Manor was peeking out. Have y'all seen Euphoria? Euphoria? Euphoria. Yeah, there's some crazy things on that series. I'm like, oh my god. And some of the stuff, like I'm laughing and I'm entertained and I'm shocked by it and questioning like, what the hell am I watching, right? But no matter what, it's like as you're turning your face, you're like, you're still keeping your eyes on it. It's one of those things. And there's a spot on there where this guy starts touching himself. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Like it looked like he had butt cheeks around like his little dingle dangle. Like it is crazy. Little smudge, but nothing big. I don't know where my brush is either. I have like a medium firm brush that I had for shoes, and it works very well in cleaning hats. Oh, it came off just a little bit more under the RM. Nice, nice Aina Hawaii local brand hat, and a brand from out there that blew up big times is going to be Farmers Market. Blew up like crazy. What's up, Greg? That's Shark. Tracy, what's going on, Tracy? I was thinking about you yesterday, Tracy, because I was cooking, and my wife was like, "Who made this? What recipe did you use?" And I was just like, YouTube, not YouTube, Google." And I ended up making some of this. It's like sliced beef that Costco now has. I feel like they're competing with the Korean barbecue places, and I ended up using some Yorkshire sauce, very little soy sauce, some parsley. Was it parsley? A squeeze of lemon, and other things, and it came out amazing. I just ate it with white rice. My wife was like, "You bought this," and it made me wonder about your cooking show and how the move is still going on at your place. Moving, I'm still digging through stuff that when we moved here in 2018, that's still packed in the garage, which is why I'm glad for WhatNot. Make this stuff easier. Let me get this hat listed. So this hat, I'm gonna say Farmers Market, Hawaiian or Hawaiian brands, Hawaii brands. Doesn't mean they're Hawaiian, but brands from Hawaii. I would say number one is gonna be Farmers Market, and then other that they're gonna be like Fitted Hawaii is probably eye to eye with them. Really good brand, and I have another hat as that, and that's one thing that I look for when I go out thrifting. More of like eBay is that people from the islands, and not just the ninth island, but islanders travel all over, and it's either relatives or they come across it themselves, of course. Like I do pretty good reselling those brands. Again, Farmers Market, Fitted Hawaii, and then what's another brand? There's another one I can't think about right now. Red Label. This is the first time I come across Red Label, but they're a pretty good brand. Hawaii's Finest. Yeah, Hawaii's Finest. But there's some other ones out there. Thrifting Ontario. This one weighs 4 ounces. And indeed, Angelo, tell Tracy and Tommy that. Tommy did say yesterday that they'll be back soon. That they're almost done catching up on what they're doing. Who remembers this brand? Joker brand. There's a little emblem back there. Old school hat. Lowrider brand. Is this a stretch fit? No. Stretch fit. Says it is. It's 7 and 1/8. I'm gonna say it's like a size 8. Cuatro ounces. It's good for my soul, Anthony. Knocked it off. Making a video is torture. Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but I mail $5 hats in an envelope. $15 hats or more goes in a box. Disney. Reckless Hawaii. I mean, Los Angeles. Snapback. Yeah. Jens, I haven't started Stranger Things. I've been stuck on Euphoria. Only because my wife is watching it. But I've been up to like 3 in the morning just being a savage, getting stuff listed, fixing up, getting organized in my garage, eBay, posting up the good stuff, separating stuff to WhatNot, sourcing. That hat is done. Lace her headwear. Go. Damn, wait. Take it easy, Darlene. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. And he said, my life. I met my husband's new fellow resident at the care home. 91 retired firefighter, almost deaf and blind, helped him get to his recliner and he patted his leg for me to sit on his lap. And he did you laughing aloud. Just kidding, just kidding. Obi-Wan just started yesterday. Yeah, Matt, I saw it. I seen it, which is a word properly used at that moment. Um, Mentioned it, and last night I was just on my phone looking at stuff on OfferUp. But maybe today I'll watch it a little bit. It's still a little early. It's only 9 here. What time is it everywhere from where you're watching? Still better than my life, Annie. Jennifer, how's the car? I asked you the other day with the car accident thing. Hope Insurance was able to take care of it. I'm pretty sure it was you that I saw on Facebook about the car. Jens, I thought about it for a second. I taken a service. I didn't watch TV and movies, only YouTube. Better Call Saul was good. I like Better Call Saul. I just like his pace. He's just like, whatever. I feel like we could relate a lot. I got some better hats than what I've been showing you, right? Like some of this stuff is just a sell. Some, yes, make money on, like some good money on, but I got some that I'm gonna pull here in a second. One's a Vikings hat, snapback, and it good condition, and it has a lot of signatures. The only thing about it is that I don't know the signatures that are on there. Later, Sonny. Thanks for the tips. You're welcome. And good seeing you on there too, Anthony. I've been seeing you on WhatNot in the live chats. Really good to just learn about it, step in, and have a good one. But maybe I should put that hat. I'll see. I'll see tomorrow with this WhatNot. See if people are interested in it, and I'll show y'all. Maybe you could give me a price that should probably sell for or list it as, because I don't know stuff like that about sports. I do forget the name of this hat though. I forget what logo this is. If y'all were able to see that, if you could tell me. If not, I'm gonna see if Google Lens pops it up. I want to say Pioneer. Yeah, Pioneer Seed. On Google Lens, I see $15, $30, $24, $39, $30, $15. And the ones that are priced less, those are the wrinkly ones. The ones that are better shaped and look like they're standing up around are the ones that are like $20. So that tells me, and I hope that you take it the same way, that presentation is everything. You know what? I might probably list this and the Big Boy Forever hat. And if there's if there's ever anything you folks are interested in, and you're like, yo, Sonny, I want to get that hat, send me a reasonable offer and hopefully we could work it out. Big Boy's hat right here, Pioneer Seed hat. One of my friends back home, they might still own it, but they had a feed and seed company. They were pretty good. The Robertsons. Cody was one of my close friends. Tall dude, could jump like crazy. I'm so tired. Just popped on to say hi. Had a night by the fire with friends. Nice. Danielle, nice. That sounds good. It's just a little too hot. We do have like a little fireplace, a propane fireplace in the back, but it's a little too hot here in Vegas. It hit 94 degrees today. But last week it hit like 102, I think, for like 2 days. And then all of a sudden it dropped to the 70s. And then it's picked back up since. So yeah, I think those two hats I'm gonna put on eBay, the money makers, the ones I want big money for. This is the other hat I was talking about, Congo hat. I had seen it this way at first, along with like two other Congo hats. It's like a wool type felt hat, and I watched this one as well. This one's a size medium. This one has a little weight to it. Size about four. Oh, this one has a little scuffing on the eyeball on the back. I'm still gonna try to sell it though. It stops sliding around on me. It's trying to hop away. Now I just closed out of that Pioneer hat, and I don't remember what number I'm on, but I wonder just because I closed it out if it picks up and saves automatically. Nope, it does not. Okay, good to know. Quick add. Kangol. Does it say what kind of material it is? Kangaroo net space cap. Five ounces. I'll be right back, folks. Watch out, Tip. Watch out, my dude. All right, folks. Here's the hat I was talking about. Minnesota Vikings. I might have even said the wrong name earlier, and it has quite a bit of signatures on it. And on this side, is that able to pick it up? Is that too much light? Too much light. You too. There's a signature like right there, very light. That's kind of faded. One has like a 47 or 43, number 44, number 95, something Rob, Gerald Rob, number 27, and a number 96, Minnesota Vikings. Let's go ahead. What's the brand on here? Roman? Oh, Roman Randolph, Massachusetts, made in the USA. You know what? I don't think this is vintage. Hold on, there's a sticker on the inside. That's a weird place to have a sticker. Look at, there's a sticker on the back of the forehead. Throwback NFL Vintage Collection. Let me look that up. Metro Ness. It's not coming up. Either way, I think it's worth a little something. Maybe it would be better on WhatNot rather than eBay. But maybe I'll ask. I wonder if there's anybody local. Siestas are important in some states. What's going on up in here? Sonny, how much for that old school flips hat behind you? No, that was given to me. I don't give away gifts. Definitely not that one. Over 100 here now for a week. Damn. We have family in Phoenix. We visited in 2019. Had to do everything in the early morning and night. I was it was a Congo golf sales rep for a bit. 100% gun here in Tucson. Thank God for a pool. Although I think water at it's still cold. You know what had cold water when we went? Like freezing cold. Only the lunatics actually swam in it. Was out in Lake Tahoe. Like great weather, but you get in that water and it's on average like 60, 65 degrees. We tried to get Tip to go in it, and he was like, "Oh hell no, you're not getting me in there, Dad." Quick ad. Three ounces. So, as a somebody who's experienced in Kangul, are they worth getting? Because I just seen them. I was in a bulk buy, and I was like, why not? Because I wanted the other hats, but because I have them, I want to see if I could flip them like some mulas. It was Congo knitted space cap. I'm seeing the listings for it, but not the comps yet. Around 20 bucks. Congo Mastermind Japan fur cap, 160 bucks. I wonder if that's the actual this Congo though. Congo Ventere space cap sold for better offer. A blue one sold for 26 pre-owned. So one sold for 15. Those are a little different, but 20. I'll say 15 to 20 bucks. Started off at $5 tomorrow. Moved to be closer to my husband's family. Boo. I moved here to Vegas with my wife to be closer to her family. And I'm like, babe, you want to move to Texas? Hell no. I'm like, damn, you didn't give it a chance, woman. You didn't give the thought a chance. Like, I don't know. I like the weather. It was straight up, hell no. I'm almost done here, folks. Do one more hat. I'm gonna knock some more off tomorrow because I want to get some more stuff listed on eBay. I was talking. If any of y'all were in my live, and I'll mention this later in the video, as I was recording today on my phone. I finally found my GoPro. It was under some clothes. I had an offer for a Sony receiver that I got for. Hey, Anfisa, how's it going? I was just talking about you yesterday. Um, Sony receiver for $20, and if it was working condition, even pre-owned, would sell for around $400 to $600. But because it doesn't work, sold as parts, on average they sell for around 150. It was working before when I got it about 2 years ago. I totally forgot about it. I had it up in my guest room just through this little walkway up here. And the other day, Carla was like, "Babe, you need to get that box out because I need the space for some stuff." And I'm like, "Okay." Here goes like the 100th bed sheet and comforter inside the guest room, but we need space. Go figure. So with that, I pulled out the box and I was like, I don't remember this. So it's in the original box. It has all the documents. It was working before, and for some reason now it doesn't power on. Remote as well. And looking at it, I got an offer after listing it within an hour or two of two offers. One came in at 140, another one came in moments after that for 150. And I was saying to myself, like, I could get more out of this. And I'm sure I could. And I shared that story, and pretty much everybody was saying, Sonny, I would have took that. Just in time flips was like, hey, take that fast dollar. So I ended up going back. I went on eBay. I retracted my offers from both of them, putting that the reason why, because you get options if you retract your offer. I didn't know you could do that, and so I did this. I put in the wrong amount because I should have put in a different amount. I should have just accepted them more than anything. So I just want, out of curiosity, out of the experience, I did that. And an hour later, the person that sent me the $150 offer messaged me back saying, "Hey, I would still like to buy your thing, but at 150, and the shipping cost for it, because it is heavy, it's like 15 pounds, is has a pretty good size dimensions on it. It's like $70. So they sent me $150 offer, paying shipping for it as well. And I accepted it. So like I was saying in the live, I say stuff because I want to hear from other people. I don't want to be questioned about everything. Like, I know some stuff, but that was one where I was like, okay, like, yeah, I should have accepted it. It doesn't work. That's what I listed it as Justin and Time Flippin said. And that's expected. You're selling it as parts. It doesn't work. And even though it did work before, like, sometimes you can't be the way I was. So I accepted offers. So nowadays you got to pay for it, but they're probably gonna make me wait, like I had them wait. Yeah, I'm pretty sure inside there, but I'm glad they sent it back. Because sometimes people are like, "Nope, you didn't accept it. Screw you." Because well, that's the way I think at least. Vintage Dupont hat, Motorsports, number 24. Is there a name on here? Let me use Google Lens because there is a name on here on this back of this Dupont hat. Hopefully, it brings it up. Hendrix, that is not. London Royals? That doesn't look like an L. Let me try this Google Lens again. Maybe it's on the tabs. Sometimes that information's on the tabs and not. Any of y'all know the signature? So DuPont Motorsports 24. And I got hit before on a DuPont. I had it inside the title on eBay uh, for that V word. I can't pronounce it. And it hit me. And even though I didn't have it in there, I had them in the description or something, and it picked it up, not in the title, in the description or item specifics, because the jacket was a Kevlar jacket. And it said it tied it in with Kevlar and DuPont, but I think it was more the DuPont, which is weird because I see a lot of hats like this, but just because it gets hit doesn't mean you cannot list it. Sometimes people get by. So here's a hat number 24, and I do not know that signature on the back, but somebody might know. I know I had it before. Jeff Gordon was 24. Does that look like a J? Let me see. Yeah, you are correct though. Thank you very much. This is a brand new hat as well. Strap back. Yeah. I've never been to a professional race like NASCAR race. 4 ounces. Got 24 items listed, folks. 28 thumbs up as well. Thank you all so much. When I reach my 4,000 watch hours, because I've already hit 1,000 subs, and again, I am very grateful and happy for everybody's support and just hanging out. Whether it's because the intentions are to help me grow, more than anything, friendships are more valuable to me. And what I learned from y'all, I apply it to what it is that I'm doing and everything to help me be a better person, to be a better husband, to afford things, to save more than anything. And I appreciate you all, ladies and gents. I very, very much do. I keep y'all in my thoughts, and I hope y'all keep me in yours. I am done for today. And if you want to check out my whatnot, if you're interested and haven't done so already, I do have the link down below. And clicking on that link is like a referral link. You get $10, I get $10 after you buy your first item. And if you are thinking about reselling and haven't signed up yet, you can use that link, I believe, to sign up for the reselling. And once you make your first order or first sell, I get $200. And you have that same option when you become a reseller and somebody uses that link. So that's the way it works. And again, I don't think that link is going to work. Is going to have that referral last too much longer because it is a growing website. But appreciate you all. I am done for this live. I'm going to get stuff on eBay now, and I'm going to probably watch one of the two shows we were talking about earlier, the Obi-Wan or the Stranger Things. So take it easy. See y'all next time.